well, how do I put this? Everything I'm saying right now, guys, my opinion, the privileged part, the bad person part, guys, don't yell at me too bad for that. That's just my opinion. Well, hello there. How are you great and magnificent people on this beautiful day? First off, guys, I'm sorry that I cut you off so quick yesterday and last night in yesterday's video. Yesterday was a day. Oop, this way. Yesterday was a day. We're just gonna call it that. We had that leak. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just gonna tell you to go back and watch that video because it's a long story. It really is. And I don't want to talk about it right now. I will talk about it a little bit. Okay. So we had a leak on the transmission. We tried to fix it the best we could on the road, but it just wasn't doable. I could not fix the line. I could not get these thumpers of hands, I could not get them back in there good enough to be able to either wrench on it, which wrenching on it wouldn't have done me any good because I would have had to take it off and have a replacement. And due to the fact that shops nowadays, you need at least almost a week. Yeah, almost a week's appointment to get into the shops anymore because no shops really get you in right away. I mean, the days of calling somebody because you broke down and going in and getting it fixed, those are days of the past. I'm come to conclusion, and I just don't understand. I mean, if it was me personally and I had a shop, especially a big dealership, and that was a problem, I would add bays, add mechanics, and make it to where it was convenient. But I don't own a shop. I don't know how that world works. So that's what happened to us yesterday. Today is going to be a different day. We did make a call. We got an appointment to get it in, get it fixed for next week, of course. So we're just going to keep adding fluid to it, and we're going to keep moving. Today is going to be just like any other day. Actually, I really don't know if I even have anything to really talk about today. It might actually just, I do have something on my mind, but I don't know if I really want to talk about it too much because it's not truck related, and I don't know if you guys really want to hear about it. Well, never mind. I think I do want to talk about it a little bit. High school years. They're tough years, and I've come to the conclusion that if you are an adult like us, or older, or even younger, but if you can sit there and say, man, my high school years were great, I loved my high school years, and I'd love to go back. If you can sit here and say that, how do I say this without offending anybody? Because I really don't want to make anyone upset with me. But if you can say that, you probably were not a good person. As you guys already know, I hated my high school life. I hated it, and you couldn't pay me enough money to go back to it. And the only reason I'm talking about it now is because I have, my little girl. She's in high school now. Just started it. And you can only prepare your kids so much for what is going to happen in high school. There's a reason weak people flock to even weaker people. There's a reason why weak people have issues with people who are born leaders, people who are born to be something in life, born to be stronger than everybody else. My daughter, my little girl, she is a born leader. That kid, she will be something when she grows up. She's going to, let's just say she's going to be the boss of something when she grows up. She's a born leader. And I haven't got it through to her yet, and I've tried so hard that the flock mentality, the sheep mentality in high school is going to be horrible. And I've tried to tell the kids, both of my kids, how that works. How when they get there, they're going to recognize one popular kid as people just flocking over him. Well, most likely that popular kid is a very, very weak person. That's how it usually works out in the real world. And realistically, when they get to high school, guys, high school is, a lot of you guys might argue with me, but high school almost is the real world. They're almost there. They're becoming young adults. They're going through more stress than what an adult might think. I think a lot of adults think that, oh, it's high school, wait till you see real stress and you get out into the real world. Yeah, your stress in the real world is real. You definitely have bigger consequences for your stress. I know, guys, the stress is different. I mean, they don't have to worry about where their food's going to come from, if they have a roof over their head, if their kids are okay, if they can't do something, well, how much will it sacrifice their life? Well, most kids. There is a lot of kids in this world that unfortunately do have to worry about stuff like that. My left arm's about worthless. Yeah. Maybe it's because all those scratches that first lass gave me yesterday. She was very brutal to me. She made me bleed. Mean. But it's hard to get through to the kids nowadays that they don't have to be perfect. And in that same wise, if they are perfect, there's other kids who are going to hate them, who are not going to want to be friends with them, not going to want to accept them. The biggest thing that, well, how do I put this? Everything I'm saying right now, guys, my opinion, the privileged part, the bad person part, guys, don't yell at me too bad for that. That's just my opinion. This high school sucks. That's all there is to it. It's definitely different than it was 20 some years ago when I was in it. It's definitely different than many, many moons ago when a lot of you were in it. I'm not calling you old, I'm not. But I will say a good chunk of my subscribers are of the older generation. And I like that. Thank you. The things I did in high school, they'd kick a kid out of high school permanently for half the stuff I did. But a lot of it when I was in high school is, granted, I was a normal kid. Well, a lot of normal kids. I got forced to go because I didn't want to go. But when I got out of school, whew, when it hit 3:30 p.m., it was hightail it out of school, go to work. Straight to work. My parents kept on telling me, you're going to have your whole life to work, son. I wish I would have listened to them. But I wanted a cool car, I wanted a fast car, I wanted power, I wanted to be able to do stuff when I could. So that means you got to work. So I'm not going to expect them to pay for all of that. You want to see this? More of that transmission leak. I did find out what it is, and a lot of you are probably going to yell at me on yesterday's video's comments and just say, how did you not know that, Schmidt? We thought you were an owner-operator and knew all that stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Even if you're an owner-operator, you don't know everything. It ends up being a transmission cooler. I'm used to the transmission coolers that hang off the back of the transmission, the air ones. Before this truck, I'd really never even seen a transmission cooler that the antifreeze runs through. Like I said, you gotta jump back to yesterday's video. You know what I'm talking about. You'll see why I'm saying I'm crazy right now, and I probably should have known what that cylinder was called. I really don't think I want to replace that transmission cooler myself. It does look fairly easy to replace after you look at it, now that I know what it is. But it looks very messy to replace, and quite frankly, I have plans this weekend. I know that's not a good enough excuse. Well, on the kid front, though, I wish I would have raised two spoiled, rotten little brats, entitled, rich, the whole works, but I didn't. And unfortunately, they're stuck with me as a dad. I think I'm doing okay, though. They seem to like me every once in a while when I come home. Guys, you just wish you could raise your kids, you hope you can raise your kids to be decent people. And so far, I think I'm accomplishing something. I only got 4 more years with my tater tot inside the house. And if she sticks the way she is right now, she stays dedicated to her beliefs, dedicated to what she does, hard-headed, just like her mama. She's hard-headed. I think she's going to turn out all right. Little bud, he's on track of being the same way. I'm very proud of both of those kids. And I don't care what happens in any school or anywhere. They just need to realize that they are who they are. That's just the way it's going to be. Flat out, the way it's going to be. No matter what. Speaking of the little brats, you guys probably already know this road already. Yeah, we're heading home. Little Bud's going to be shocked. Heck, this is going to be 3 practices I've been to of his now. 3 football practices. He's getting kind of spoiled there. You know, on a plus of letting someone else fix my truck next week, I might actually make it to one of Tater Tot's volleyball games too. Looking forward to that. As for the week, part-time trucker, I guess. We had 1 solid run out to Indianapolis and back. Both loads out and coming back paid decent, so we did make money. We just got to make a little bit more money in the future. Well, little bud, how was your practice tonight?
Good.
Good? Good. Should we wrap this video up? I didn't really talk to him a whole lot today.
Sure.
Sure?
What are you saying?
Guys, I'm sorry I'm sorry I preached to you a little bit today. It was just another day. It was a good week, and like I said, it's got to work harder in the future, I guess. You guys be safe. Oh, wait. We're going to do something this weekend I think you might like, so stay tuned.
Oh.
You guys be safe, and as always, I'll see you next time. Where are the Schmidts off to now? Luggage? A dog's sad face? Stay tuned to find out.